Dear friends, I welcome all of you on one day interdisciplinary online international conference on recent trends and issues in social sciences towards sustainable development organized by Sant Ramdas Arts, Commerce and Science College.
Hi all, myself Dr. Assistant Professor, Department of Environmental Studies, Mithibai Autonomous College, Mumbai. And today I am going to talk on the topic role of geoinformatics in urban planning for the sustainable development. So this is my brief academic profile where I am having the industrial background as well as managerial experience. So I hope that all of you are safe and fine because all of us are experiencing this COVID-19 situation, and we are struggling with this since last few months, and we don't know how much time it will take. So when we try to interpret the 17th century, it is described as the age of faith, because this time people used to believe each other. Whatever the things thoughts were shared, it was considered as a true. Then the next century, 18th century, is considered as the age of reasoning, where people were busy with exploration. They tried to understand the causes behind the things. We can see 19th century, it is the age of progress. Whatever the scientific you can say exploration were started, it starts getting its result in the next century. Then the last one, that is 20th century, is known as age of stress, because we have seen there were two major world war, competition between different countries, and things start going in wrong direction. Hence it is considered as age of stress. Then this 21st century is interpreted as either age of panic. Right now, all of us are in the situation, or in coming days it can be age of peace. So we have to decide which side we are, how we look it. In this screen, you can see that some of you may see the face of a person. This is a nose, and this is a person who is thinking something. On the contrary, some of you may see a lady. These are the eyes, and this is the hair of that lady, and hand holding a baby. So this is a picture which has the two images, and it depends on us how we see it. Things are there in the nature, but we have to interpret in a better sense and consider for further things. As far as our topic is concerned, why these urban areas are significant? And the answer we can get out of the slides is the continuous increase in urban population. We can see it is a very high upward trend. As far as the census data is concerned, we can see that towns are increased by around you can say 2000 count. Even urban agglomeration are increased by around 100 localities. And these red dots shows us how this urbanization, urban population is continuously increased after every decade. And it is a high trend. Yes, we are agree. At a global scale, it is not that much. We are still low. But I can say that around 55% population is staying in the urban regions around the world. And by year 2015, in coming 25, 30 years, it is going to reach to around 70%. And we know how the things are in urban regions now. And whatever the major metropolitan cities are there, out of that more than 70% are located in the coastal region. As a result, we can start working on the background right now. It is the time, so that in coming days we can get some good picture. So this is the satellite image of nighttime lights, and we can see that region like US, Europe, even China, Japan, they are very lightful, and India, comparatively the other developing parts, we can see the lights. So it shows the our developmental progress path in terms of moving towards the urbanization. So just now we are talking about different issues in the urban region, and it is quite long list, never ending list. And in this list we can see the issues like housing problem, traffic congestion, stress on the resources, and even urban poverty, health issues, urban crime. These are one of the, or you can say some of the prime issues, and day by day these issues are increasing at a quite faster rate. And if we try to understand what are the major challenges in our urban India, I can say that till today we don't have a single city which has 24/7 water supply. Still only 74% households are served by the pipe water. Means still 1/4 are not having this facility. Out of 423 class 1 cities, only 65 cities has proper city bus service. And it means you can see the transportation system is still lagging. Then our sewage treatment is of only 30% cities. Still 70% are lagging in this. Around 13%, that is 12.6% urban population still deficit in open land. And whatever the waste, that is 72% waste we are collecting, out of that only 30% is being segregated. And still around 24% urban population lives in slums. So these are some of the issues, and right to our theme of this conference, international conference, sustainable development path. US nation has developed a blueprint in year 2015 for peace, prosperity for people, planet, and our future, and which is known as the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. In that there are total 17 goals, and sustainable cities and communities is one of the important goals. So when we talk about the sustainable cities, planning, urban planning is one of the major component, and which has certain you can say aspects like physical, where we are taking care of built environment. Then we have social aspects, where our relationship in the society, our behavior, our social interaction is taking place. Then obviously the economic, which is also known as our financial environment, and finally the management of all activities, including management of natural resources. So these you can say aspects are being addressed in our urban planning. And as far as this urban planning is concerned, this is not a new issue to us for Indians, because in our Indian civilization we can see that there is a Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, two Indian civilizations were there, and which are the very good example of urban planning. There are many aspects of present urban planning were addressed long back. So it is expected that now we should have a responsible and successful urban planning. Then only we are going to address this issue. So this nowadays urban planning is carried out at 3 different levels. It starts from very small, that is known as micro level, medium is a meso, and macro. In these 3 phases we are addressing this urban planning. So when we are trying to understand the challenges, the high power expert committee by the World Bank and the Confederation of Indian Industry, so they have worked together to understand the urban development challenges, and they could find that 5 points such as planning for land use and zoning, then functioning of property market and property governance, access to the serviced land and affordable housing, then access to the mass transit system and road network, and finally creating a favorable environment for sustainable operating and growing the businesses. So these are some of the sectors are find out. And the other dimension, that is the geospatial technologies. It is also known as geoinformatics. So this technology is one of the fastest growing technology, and which is a combination of different components together, like application of remote sensing, GIS, GPS, database management system, CAD, computer aided design, and programming, and it is altogether it is an integrated decision support system, and which is applied in different applications. So the simple definition of this technology, it is nothing but advanced technology which is utilized to acquire, manipulate, store, display the geospatial data for the decision making process. And if you try to understand the capabilities of this geospatial technology, it has a lot of potential to address different issues, particularly the issues related to the spatial analysis, having related to the space, the location, because it is having capability to answer the questions related to the location, what is there, and features, what is that trend, how it has been changed, the routing answers, like which is the best way, understanding the pattern, like what is the pattern, and last one, it can address very well the modeling aspect. So what if, answer the question of what if. So like that, we can say that this geospatial technology has potential capabilities to address the issues very much systematically. So, if you just see the Jack Dangermond, who is the founder of ISRI, recently he has been to the Los Angeles, and where even in his talk, he shared his thoughts about the technological trends and how this geospatial technology can contribute to make cities more smarter, better, considering the future prospects. So in his discussion, he has explained many points, but some of the points which I would like to focus over here is the GIS is a very powerful platform for local governments, because nowadays when the planning things is carried out, this local government has to play a great role. And we want to see this government functioning, governing things is not only for the present address, but from future things. And in this concern, nowadays we are getting more real-time data, and GIS is having capability to analyze real-time data on a quick and you can say very accurate manner. So nowadays it is a massive network of stationary and mobile devices, and tracking the movements is one of the important things. And finally, the managerial and policy makers, those they are having the proper planning approach. And just now in last slide we have seen that how the GIS has a capability in the process of decision making. So other than that, it has different other environment, other dimensions on which he has talked about, but I have taken some of them from planning perceptions. As we go in some little bit detail, we can see that urban or we can say applications of GIS in urban planning are quite lot. It is long lasting, because urban regions are the limited space where vertical and horizontal both expansion is taking place, and we have to implement the planning from a systematic manner. So it starts basically from the digitization and preparing the base maps. It is the initial stage of planning, and GIS can make a very accurate, precise, you can say very large scale maps. And then the further GIS facilitates update base maps and superimposing, overlaying the different present prepared map, or you can say the existing maps, understanding the urban morphology, population estimation, and especially the land use survey, land use mapping, slum demarcation, monitoring, and site suitability analysis, zoning, subdivision planning, sewage site selection, healthcare, so even transport management system, and most important, that environmental impact assessment as well. It means almost you can see the all the sectors possible, all possible sectors are being covered under the urban planning, are supported by this geospatial technology. About some of the urban applications, so urban expansion and growth is one of the region where we are detecting or understanding how the city is been expanding over due course of time, which is the areas where the urban expansion is taking place very fast, which are the areas where still gap can be found. And these things are one of the basic aspect of urban planning. Then further, the different types of mapping, that may be physical mapping or socio-economic aspects, can be very well mapped. And further, in superimposing these maps, we can come to some conclusion, like ward-wise male-female literacy, ward-wise marginal workers, etc. Further, we are having the functional classification of city. In that, we are talking about how the each and every ward is being supported through different activities, commercial activities. And then obviously the land use land core mapping at a minor scale or a minute scale rather, by vector. So each and every small region can be identified over here with the detailed, you can say, understanding, which is not possible in satellite image classification. So this on the screen right now you can see the land use classification of raster data on the image, which is carried out through image processing softwares, which further tells us the proportion of or the localities of a built up area, agriculture, water bodies, open land, etc. Then yes, the urban encroachment can be well addressed. Here in the screen you can see that natural stream is being encroached by the urban settlement. And during the rainy season, we are experiencing the urban floods, and the monitoring and encroachment removal can be carried out through this process. Further, we are having the utilities and services. So there are a number of utilities and services are 24/7 providing their services to the residents, and we are being benefited by that in real time, you can say, manner. Further, we are having information system. So when urban governance is being considered, there are different departments. Each department has their own data, and that data is being further supplied, or you can say shared with each other. Once this data is on a central repository, it can be accessed very well. Not only the administrator, but same data can be accessed by the citizens also. Then we are something called 3D modeling and visualization. You can see the modeling of our Shivaji University campus, and this is the not only the external 3D visualization, but nowadays the internal 3D visualization is also very much popular, and it is been in practice very soon. In our COVID lockdown situation, all of us were purchasing the things from Amazon or different online platforms, where we can see the only photos or pictures of the products. But nowadays, in coming days, we can see the virtually products on our screen, and further we can demand that, or you can say purchase that. As far as the urban planning in India is concerned, Amrut is one of the scheme which is working for the improving the existing basic infrastructure. Other than that, we are having the smart city mission started by Government of India, where we are using certain technology planning and development. ISRO is one of the leading institute. The Indian Space Research Organization is providing us high resolution satellite data. That data is further used by the planners in the mapping and decision making at different level. It might be municipal corporation or different universities or even state planning board or different NGOs. But yes, it has been applied. Further, we have the unmanned aerial vehicle, which is also known as drone. It is the technology which has improved the efficiency, the monitoring the things from bird eye view, where the projects like sewage, drainage or utility mapping, even illegal encroachments, constructions can be monitored, and the data is gathered by the UAV can be further applied into the planning and decision making. Then integrating part with the GIS in urban planning, like the whatever the data we have, the spatial and attribute data is further utilized, or I can say applied, or in a particular analysis in capacity building or a further better decision making process. And with that, we are not stopping, and we are further moving to the modeling and prediction of capabilities. So as far as the key attributes of smart cities are concerned, there are different work areas, rather almost all the sectors, urban sectors which are associated with us are being addressed. For example, transport, which is the major aspect, and commuters from one region to the other region are traveled, and this transportation system can be well maintained or well addressed by the city regarding the navigation and routing. Then we have spatial planning, like providing the grid transit corridors as per the need of the locality. We are using the spatial planning in the micro regions. Then we have water supply, sewage sanitation, solid waste management, storm water drainage, electricity, further education, health services, and many more. And these sectors are being right now provided with the smart solutions. So there are more than 21 different small sectors, or you can say small areas, which are grouped into major categories, and these are being providing solutions like e-governance and citizen services. So where the citizens are benefited the information on their screen. Then water management is there, waste management is there, energy management is there, urban mobility is there. So all these sectors are rightly been addressed, not only addressed, efficiently handled through the geospatial technology. So when we talk about the smart city, the city can be unless and until it is a safe and sustainable city, city can't be a smart. So adding to that, we are having 24/7 monitoring, and we have the command centers and the safe city platform. We are communicating the citizens through different gadgets and the modes. Information is continuously being taken and provided further, and we are trying to build a sustainable city. City is not only in terms of the technological innovation, but also in the terms of sustainable long run in terms of environmental friendly as well. So we are trying to make it much better, much smarter than the present one by utilizing the real-time data, and the applications wide range from starting from environmental land use to the transport planning, where the better decisions are taken care with more efficient manner and improved way. And nowadays we are having something called open geospatial services. These are the community developed services, rather portals, and these are helping us. You people like you and me only are generating the data, and that data is shared on the open platform. People are making use of this, and by this the planning and development sector has been widely been benefited, and coming years it is one of the potential sector as well. So ultimately we can say that cities can be a better place for live and sustain, and to carry our the development further by applying the geospatial technology is planning as well as in regulating our activities. I will conclude myself and restrict myself over here. I beg your pardon for conducting this lecture.
Once again, I am very much thankful to the organizers for giving me an opportunity to express my views on the given topic. So thanks a lot.